What we doing? Who we doing? Capricorn. You don't gotta be a Capricorn sun sign for the messages, all right? So yeah, let's go ahead and see what's up. You can have Capricorn anywhere in your chart, blah, 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 and what else? Yeah, just use your discernment, because it's not for everybody. It won't resonate with everyone, and that's okay. What we got for Cap? Oh, I should acting up. Did I would have sworn I said something like this. Somebody is like needing like help or something like that. This is like an emergency. Yeah, mental health. Somebody had gotten this. If I'm not mistaken, it was Scorpio. So you may want to check in on a Scorpio because, or whatever, but somebody could definitely, their mental health could be really bad. This could be going on now, or this could be the future. I don't know what's going on with that, but somebody may need to reach out to somebody. Shocked, surprised, speechless. But somebody definitely needs like help, or they need like a welfare check or something. Maybe you need to tell, maybe you need to, this needs to be said, or this needs to be talked about, or it needs to be looked into. That's for someone. Doesn't have to be you. It could be you though. Doesn't have to be, but it can be. Just saying. Let's get the personality cards. Let's see what's the personality out. Let's see what's good. What's this about? I wonder if they're like renovating their kitchen or something, because I heard a bad like noise, like they were drilling shit and whatnot. It's personality. This could be an artist, or you could be an artist. Self-expression. That's maybe why. Okay, so somebody could be like using art as a way of self-expression, and the shit is kind of like concerning. This could be a kid. It's not for everybody. Yeah, somebody needs rescuing. Male ego driven. But it's damsel in reverse. Somebody could be life path 4, 1, or 5. Yeah, femme fatale. This could be Britney Spears. What the fuck? Okay, I mean, that's a thing, so. And art goes a long way. So somebody could be an artist, but they may be using their art. I'm not going to say they're using their art to not get attention, but for help. Or it's alarming. Maybe somebody feels like, okay, your artwork is kind of, or whatever somebody's doing in form of art. What is this person doing? I guess they just having fun driving around the block and this shit going fast. Like, it's just crazy. It's like the 5th time I see them. But yeah, somebody could definitely be I don't know if somebody's influencing another person, or somebody is using forms of art for as a SOS. I don't know if they're doing it on purpose, but or whatever. But somebody could definitely. This is like dark art. I'm not saying dark arts like, but I mean like somebody could be drawing something or painting something or doing something where it's like, where did that come from? Like, somebody buried in the ground, or or people standing around at a funeral, or I don't fucking know. Maybe somebody got something going on deep down that another person that some people need to look into, or they need to, evaluate, maybe. Because somebody's really, it's like heavy on the self-expression. Sorry for all this, but it'll go away soon. But yeah, heavy on the self-expression. Somebody's using a way of, like, a form of art as self-expression, but why would SOS be here? It's like somebody's using it as a way for people to know that they need help in some sort of way. Like, I need fucking help. Like, I need saving or something like that. It's crazy because I'm thinking of, like, Mac Miller, his last album. I feel like a lot of that, like a good bit of, especially some of his songs and the lyrics and shit, was pretty much him. I feel like not even just his last album, before he, all that, like OD'd, so they say. I don't need to say it like that because it could be really, really true. That's how it happened. However, he was already. Wow, I did not notice that before. Huh. He was already kind of like screaming for help, but he was doing it in his lyrics, in his songs. So somebody could be like a lyricist, or somebody could be a songwriter, somebody could be a musician, and their music is pretty much, it sounded like somebody needs some help. Like somebody is really like asking for help, or it's like a SOS. Like, I need help getting out of something. Maybe they need help getting out of the industry, music industry, whatever. Could be a Scorpio. Yeah, somebody definitely is not the type of person who likes to play by the rules. I'm not saying they don't like to play by the rules, but they like to break rules. So they don't really like doing things because this could be you, doing things because other people want them to do it, or how they want them to do it, or whatever. That's not how to get down. Somebody's they're like more so innovative. They like to create their own whatever, and go by that, whatever this is. But I will say that somebody is definitely being influenced. This could be somebody in the entertainment field as well. Somebody's definitely being influenced. If not somebody being influenced, this could be somebody being influenced by music, by somebody else's music to, I don't know. So I hope somebody's okay. However, I will say that if somebody is an artist or a musician, somebody can definitely be using like their words and their lyrics and their songs to, who the fuck is this? Give me a second. Oh, I'm about to fucking say, like, oh, no. We don't do that shit. I don't know. Like, I don't answer phone calls like that I don't fucking know. I don't like that either. Okay, but anyways, yeah. So this is somebody, could be you. Maybe you're trying to do that. I have no clue. Oh, yeah. Hey, serendipity. But yeah, yeah. So you could be the one that's non-conform. You're non-conformist or whatever the case. Somebody feels like they're the prize. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but okay. It's like somebody wants to be taken care of or something. Somebody might have been taking care of others for so long. It's like, where the fuck is my, like, I need to be taken care of now. Somebody could also be guilty about having sex. What the fuck this guy do? You know what? All right. Now that could be something as well. Somebody's like, maybe they lost their virginity and now they're losing their mind or something. I don't know. They feel dirty or they feel bad or whatever. I don't know who that's for. No, it could also be some other stuff too, where somebody might have been like, harassed or something, if you know what I mean. That's not for everybody. I don't know why somebody feels so betrayed. This has been going on so long. It's like a lot of people feeling betrayed or being betrayed by, I don't know who. Male figures, men. Somebody was betrayed by men or something like that. You or somebody else. You know what the areas you can have it in your chart. Okay, so what's up with this? Who is what's this SOS about? Yeah, somebody is I literally, if I'm not mistaken, I got this for Scorpio. You can have it in your chart, you can be dealing with someone, but somebody's definitely, they need TLC. Somebody is very much so down and out or sad or depressed or whatever because it's something that they're not paying attention to. They're too focused on the shit that's the cups that's knocked over. The shit's that's spilled. Like, this could be where somebody is done with, like, I don't know, men or something like that. Love. Somebody taking a break from love, from men, or whatever. I feel all that. I understand all that shit. You know, I'm a female, but somebody is really wanting to be saved because they're tired of saving others. They're tired of being there in their relationship for men or for someone and then not getting it in return. So somebody could definitely be like, they're ready. They want to get taken care of now. Like, they want to be saved. They're tired of saving other people. Okay. So it could be coming out in somebody's, like, music. I don't know why I'm getting Summer Walker so fucking badly, but I listen to her, but I don't know if that's, I mean, that may be what she's going through. Hell, I don't know. This has been going on for a long time, too. Or this is a long time coming, but this has been going on for a long time. Some of you guys, you could just be listening to sad music when it comes, because maybe you're sad about something. It could be about somebody you were close to. Somebody could have betrayed you. Could be a child's father, a man. Could be a Pisces. Could be a Cancer. Could be a Gemini. Could be a customer. Could be a Aries, a Taurus. Doesn't have to be male figure, masculine, child's father. Just whoever. Somebody you might have been close to is like you waited for them. You sacrificed a lot. And boom, they discarded you, or they I don't know why I wanted to say that. That's random. They could have betrayed you in some sort of way, whatever. Or it's like the end of that. That's not for everyone. Yeah, Capricorn. Or some type of ending. It was some type of ending. Okay. Four of Swords. Again, I feel like somebody is, somebody might not be getting out of bed. Yeah, somebody's finding it hard to get out of bed or hard to, like, get their mind right. Different shit going on. You can deal with a Sag, you could be a Sag, you could be a customer. I cannot wait to get this shit over and done with. I cannot stand when my ears are so fucking, like, so much pressure. So we got Pisces here, Scorpio is here. It's all energy, it doesn't mean anything. Sag is here, Virgo is here. Libra. I gotta find my other cards to use those because I kind of just want to. Let's get some of these out. What's the insight? It's good. Creativity and motivation, inspiration. So let me get one more. That's very much so interesting. What the fuck? What is it? What's going on? Oh, I'll take them. Fuck it. Something else flipped too, but it didn't come out. So we got, yeah, oh, that's why. Oops, that is why. This is not the right deck to do these with. My bad. That is my fault. So the answer is yes. The answer to your question is yes. You might have been hesitant about a situation. This could have something to do with, like, worth. Like, if something's worth your time, or maybe you've been questioning your worth lately. Are you worthy? Yes. You most definitely the fuck are. You know, not everybody, of course, because some people are just, you know, they just are the worst people ever. But that's another situation, and I'm not getting into that. But yeah, if you've been questioning, are you worthy or something? Like, I don't know. This could be of love or I don't. It could be anything. Yeah, people are, especially if you're like, you ain't trying to hurt no fucking body. It's like you actually want something genuine. You want genuine, whatever the fuck, love or I have no clue. This is for whoever. This doesn't have to be love, but it's here though. Like, you're worthy. You're worthy. Some of you guys might been feeling like you're not worthy of something because of how shit's been happening or what's been going on in your life. This could be anything. I messed up these cards for nothing. There we go. Yeah, true love. Maybe that's what it is. True love is here. Confusion, enlightenment, trust, observe. Let's see. Yeah, true love is a deep soul connection. Are you searching for it? Some of you guys are. Oh, okay. I'm not saying you're listening to sad music and shit like that. You can be. But some of you guys, you want to be saved in some sort of way. You can be a female, male, whatever. You want to be saved. You're tired of being this Knight of Cups. Or that could be like love bomb. You're tired of being love bombed and future faked and whatever. And you could be, this could be showing in what you do. I don't know what type of art you do. You could be a musician. You could be any type of musician. You could be a musician. You could be any type of artist is what I meant. You can even cook, and it can show in your cooking I don't know. It could be anything, but it's something that you do that's creative, or something that you do where self-expression is involved. That is influencing you or whatever, but it's something that you do that has you wondering, why the Five of Cups? Why this? Why betrayal? Why do people betray me? Or why do people do this? Or why do, So this could be something that could be going on for a long time. This could have been something that you've been dealing with for a long time, and you're just like SOS. Like, you're in distress, or you need assistance in some sort of way. Like, you want to be taken care of or something, or whatever. It's like you want to be loved properly or whatever. I gotta say it because I understand it, but you get where I'm coming from. So maybe you're on a path of enlightenment, whatever that means. Some of you guys, again, it can have a lot to do with you being aware of what it is that you need, or what it is that you're not gonna say here for. Because some of you guys could definitely be dealing with a lot of confusion. But this could be about, like, revolving around your love life. This is for somebody. Literally, this is for someone. I don't know who. You're not even showing up here, so you may not even be a Capricorn sun sign. However, even if you are, it doesn't matter. If you've been trying to figure out why haven't you felt like a deep soul connection, or you've been searching for it, it is out there. But you gotta love yourself first. I'm tasting like lemon or lime juice or some shit. So true love will follow naturally when you love yourself. Which, I'm not saying that you never had true love, but maybe it's just been like, it never, like, something just never stayed, or never stuck, or just never progressed past a certain, like, level or something, or past a certain point. And some of you guys are tired. Are you over it? Especially if you got Sag in your chart. You're tired. You're over it. You're wondering if you've been wondering if you're even worthy. Like, am I worthy of it? Like, am I a worthy person? You are. Your intuition is quietly guiding you, but sometimes you need to pay more attention to the small changes around you. Reflect on recent moments of confusion by observing the little details. Yeah, you'll sharpen your intuition over time. So it's something about the shit you are seeing versus the shit that you don't see, but it's there. Maybe that'd clear up the confusion, because confusion is temporary, but it leads to clarity. So are you feeling lost, or you feel like you lost something? But anyway, slow down, be patient, allow clarity to emerge in its own time, so that you kind of know why something is happening. It could be because you aren't loving yourself or something. I'm not saying that you don't, because some people do, but they still, even when you love yourself and all this other stuff, you still attract people who don't love themselves, and you wouldn't even notice it until it's too late. Until you already fell in love, and you're over the hills and all this other shit. I mean, not everybody loved themselves. I mean, that's, it is what it is. And reflection is here again. So reflection brings deep insight. Have you been avoiding self-reflection? Maybe you are, maybe you don't. Maybe you feel like you do love yourself, but you really don't, or you deep down there's something going on. That's not for everybody. It doesn't mean anything bad. Maybe it's like you gotta love yourself whole. I can't stand some shit that I do myself, but hell, I still don't allow that to get in the way of who I know I am, and how good of a person I know I am and can be to the right people. Because I can be a bitch to people I don't like, or a dick, or I can definitely act a certain way. Usually, if I'm getting fucked with in some sort of way, like, I don't like that shit. So I understand that. Some of you guys, you may be trying to understand that. Or maybe you're just kind of like going through that phase of I don't know, whatever. Some of you guys, you're just tired of something. You're exhausted when it comes to, and this could be anything. Some of you guys, you're just exhausted when it comes to everyday hustle and bustle and shit. Trying to make ends meet, trying to do this, trying to do that. That shit can be exhausting. Maybe you need help, but there's a lot of emotional shit going on too for somebody. And it could be mental health for someone as well. So hopefully you guys are okay. Maybe you're trying to figure out what your purpose here is. I was talking about that not too long ago. I was like, why do a lot of people feel like everybody was put on this earth to have kids and get married? Because that's not what the fuck, that's not what it's all about, for everybody. Everybody got a particular mission in life, or they're supposed to, or, maybe not supposed to, but whatever. People got their own individual missions in life and what they're supposed to be doing. And not everybody is supposed to have supposed to have kids or be married, because they're probably supposed to, that was definitely not right. There was probably, oh no, it was right. No, it was not. Whatever. They were supposed to, some people are here, people are here to do different things. Some people are here to make the world a better place some type of way. Some people are here to help the children. Some people are here to be teachers. Some people are here to educate. Some people are here to heal others through other ways of like maybe even holistic, either way. Some people are here to have kids in order to create a better future. Great people, to raise people the right way, raise kids the right way, in order to create a better future, shit like that. And not everybody is here to have kids, though. Some people are here to take care of kids, maybe not to have their own. And usually those are the people that want kids the most, the ones that can't have it, or the ones that just, could be anything. Just like, that's another thing I don't understand. How is it that why do people feel like we just supposed to be out here having kids? Not everybody is, you can't just have kids with anybody. You can't have kids with just anybody. I feel like everybody knows that shit. Everybody, well, I would feel like everybody knows that shit. You can't have kids with just anybody. Just like not everybody's supposed to own a dog. Not everybody's supposed to have pets. Not everybody's supposed to, finish high school, because they're supposed to, be a next Steve Jobs or a next, I won't say the other dude, because, or, they're supposed to be the next this or the next that. There's nothing right with it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, is what I mean. There's nothing wrong with not doing the same thing as somebody else. Everybody not meant to do those things. But it doesn't mean that that person has no, value or no whatever here on earth. Because it was a dude that posted some shit not a while back. It was literally like recent. He was like, what are women, what else are women here to do but to have kids? You're not useful or some shit. Like, I was like, this motherfucker is whatever. I ain't even go about it. I just laughed. I was like, what? Because the shit was like funny. Are you kidding me? So the only thing you think about when you think of a woman is, oh, she's supposed to have children and sit down and shut up. Like, that's all she's here for, is to have kids. Are you kidding me? It's so many women out here that do so much and do it so much better than men. No offense. I'm not saying men ain't out here. They aren't great and amazing. Is plenty of amazing, great men and women out here. But you cannot sit here and say just because somebody's a woman, they're only meant to have kids in this life and that's it. Like, that's all they're here for. No, the fuck they're not. I see females fucking do archery with their damn toes or standing on a handstand. You cannot tell me that motherfuckers aren't here. They're only here to have children, even though they might have had to challenge themselves. Maybe they had to train to do that continuously, but they did it though. And you know how many people who cannot do those things. So you cannot sit here and tell me that women only here to have children and that's it. Like, that's all we're useful for. That was some fucked up shit. And it is always the people who be looking like, they shouldn't even be here or their mom shouldn't have had them in the first place. But, I digress. I'm not that type of person that will be on that type of time. However, he didn't look like he was here making anybody's life easier. You know what I mean by that. Making some females' life a living hell is what I mean by that. In one way or another. And no offense, it's plenty of females that can do the same shit to a man. So I'm not on anybody's side. I'm just saying. I wouldn't sit here and say, "Oh, men are useless out here." If it's not just to, impregnate us, that's like me saying the same thing but reverse. That's stupid as shit. Because I don't even believe that at all. Like, it's men out here that are great fathers, and there's men out here that have kids and they shouldn't even have them whatsoever because they're like the most trashiest father. But maybe they're good at this over here. They may be good at whatever this is over here, but they're shitty at being a father. They can't raise a kid, but they can do this. They can fucking, raise a farm of animals or some shit. It's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that right there might have been like their karma, like their past life shit they got to deal with is have kids. It's something they have to do. They're supposed to do something correct, and they either pass or they fail. And some people just fucking fail. A lot of people actually, and it's all good. Now, I don't really know how past life karma really goes because it could just be where they weren't meant to have kids in the first place, but they fucked up and found out. I guess I don't know. But anyways, again, as far as somebody's love life, there's a SOS here. Somebody is wondering if they're worthy of love. Why them? Why are they the ones that get betrayed? Why this? Why that? If somebody could be using that as a way to create something, like especially if somebody's like an artist, any type of artist, they're using that as a way to create. So somebody can be, like I said, making songs, making music, making songs, maybe listening to music as well, or somebody could be a painter, they could be a dancer, whatever the case may be, and they use that to kind of like send out an SOS, like, yo, I'm hurting, or yo, I need help, like I want to be taken care of, or I'm tired of taking care of others. Some of you guys are tired, like I said, tired of taking care of others, and you finally want to be taken care of, like as a woman or a man or whatever. I was getting heavy on the woman. I'm sorry, but it's like you're tired of taking care of people and getting like betrayed or getting left out or whatever the case may be. You want to be taken care of because you're trying to figure out. Now, some of you guys are, even if you're a man, you're trying to figure out, am I even worthy of it? Like, is that like, what the fuck is the problem? Like, why this, why that? So I guess maybe at the same time, some people aren't here to be in love. Some people aren't here to find love. Some people's mission is not to have love, or I'm not gonna say not to have love. Like, yes, love for self, yes, but it could be where you're not supposed to have love either yet, or you're not supposed to have love until you have love for yourself, or the love you're supposed to have in this, in this lifetime is love for self. And as far as like actual love, maybe that's just not something that you're supposed to have. I'm not saying that you don't have soulmates and you don't have deep connections with people and shit like that, but maybe it's not supposed to go further than that. I don't know. Maybe you're here to learn something from self-love to teach others. Maybe you having self-love is teaching others. Because I know, like, what about somebody that's close to me? She was trying to figure out why is it that, not really figure out, but this was something that was on her mind. She was speaking out loud. She said that uh, the person she had kids with, her last two children with, she had said that at some point in time she was trying to figure out why is it that he proposed to his ex once upon a time, and now but when it comes to her and them being together for as long as they have two kids and whatnot, he hasn't proposed to her and all this other shit. Of course, he was like, not every, bullshit. Because I ain't going, like, if a man want to do it, they'll do it. So I don't want to hear none of that shit. But I didn't butt in. However, because I kept all my fucking thoughts and shit to myself, because I already know. But she was saying at first that, she was wondering that, once upon a time, and she said that she stopped wondering it, like, it tried to make up excuses, try to rationalize with the shit. But I know deep down it makes her feel some type of way. And me personally, if I was her friend, even not, like, I just didn't say anything because he was there too. But if I was her friend, I would have pretty much said that probably because he doesn't really see you as somebody, you're not really somebody he wants to marry, because you're already doing everything for him and all y'all, y'all already together, y'all been together for a long time. If you was to leave, you don't really have much. So if she was to hit you with child support, you'll be fucked. That's two kids. And one of them have autism. That's a lot. You know what I mean? So, and he's disabled in a way, something to do with his knees or something like that. So it wouldn't make sense if he was to leave and try to be on his own, because everything's expensive now, this, that, and the third. And me personally, the reality behind that is that he's comfortable, he's getting fed, he has a place to stay, he doesn't have to do much of anything but to tend to his kid or kids, whatever. Maybe do a little bit of this, do a little bit of that, but he doesn't have to do much. So it's like she's taking care of 4 kids, kind of. And there's nothing wrong with him. He's a good person, good dude. It's just that I can tell that he doesn't want to marry her, and that's just what it is. But she's trying to rationalize, and I know she knows the truth, but she doesn't want to think about it or believe it because they're together. They're living in this home or whatever, and there's kids involved. But I know, me personally knows what the fuck is going on. She really wants a ring. She wants to be married, because when she hears about how other people, they have kids and they marry the person that they have kids with because the man wants blah, 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 even if it's bullshit, even if they're doing it for other reasons, that can make somebody feel some type of way, because they feel like if they're not married, then they must be not worthy of it. It all depends on the person and the situation. If you're with a person that really wasn't really thinking about being married to you in the beginning, in the first place, having kids with them ain't gonna change shit. And if it does, mostly it's because it's a financial thing, or it's more of a security thing. It's not built for love. So people need to stop trying to romanticize marriage like marriage is the end all be all, because it's definitely fucking not. It really depends, first and foremost, but it's definitely not. It's not this big fucking flex. It's not. I don't give a fuck about any of that, first and foremost. I never thought about getting married. Like, yeah, I had it run across my mind at once upon a time in life. Never something I was like, yeah, I definitely fucking don't. Like, it would take a lot for that. Like, it really, I would be the one to be like, nah, I want a prenup, this, that, and third, boom, boom, bop. Because I gotta protect my fucking self. Fuck everything else. I've seen so many people go through so much. When it was like, my bad, I'm all stuffy, so there's that. I've seen so many people go through so much financially and whatnot, because they might have been married to somebody who you don't know what the fuck really is. They could be living a double life. They could be a gambler. They could have a secret addiction. It could be all kinds of stuff. You never know. They may leave you in shambles if something happened to them, or if they leave you, the next thing you know, you owing money, you don't have shit, now you fucking broke, now you fucking homeless. It's so many fucking scenarios, because a lot of people don't marry for love. Most people don't fucking marry for love. And that's the thing. Even with my own mom, I seen so fucking much. It's like, my mom and my dad, like I see so much on both sides where it's just like, yeah, I see what's going on. I see how things are moving. And I'd rather not get married at all. It is not, it's personal, it's a personal preference of mine because I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to marry you for security, stability, and shit. I don't need your shit. I got my own. I'm over here looking like I don't want you marrying me because you think I'm about to be like taking care of everything and taking care of you, and you can just treat me any type of way. And nah, I'm good. This is the same reason why I can tell anybody, no, have your own motherfucking money, because my mom made sure that to show me like, nah, you need to have your own shit together. You need to have your own money, this, that, and the third. Because a lot of times people don't give even if you was married to a man, a lot of times they might not really give a fuck about what you got going on, what you going through once the marriage is over or once they end up wanting to leave. Or it's just like, I don't got time for that. I gotta have my own shit. Even a man, you gotta have your own shit. I don't give a fuck. But you have to have your own shit. You can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, I want to be with somebody, but then you over here got people hanging on to you, codependent, want you to do this, that, and the third, but you want to create something with this person. You can't do those things. You have to fucking choose. That shit is like null and void. It's like it's null and void. Just the same thing as a female. You want to do this, you want to do that, you want to take care of him, you want to do all this other shit. However, if you're not taking care of yourself, your ass will be. You will feel, if something was to happen, you will fall flat on your ass. I've been there on both sides. I'm not doing that shit ever fucking again. So I allow myself to make sure that I'm good. I don't give a fuck. That means I'm loving myself way more than I'm loving somebody else. I have to. Why? Because nobody is going to love you more than yourself. I don't give a fuck. If you're so down and low, nobody's going to love you more than that. So you got to love yourself and for other people, because that will allow you to know, that will allow you to move forward and know that, okay, it's not entirely me. Like I actually am worthy, because you are. Most people who are worthy, they love them fucking selves. People who aren't worthy, they don't feel like they're worthy, is because they don't fucking love themselves. Point blank and period. Now, it doesn't mean anything bad. It just means work on loving yourself, man. Even the parts you don't fucking love about yourself, you don't like about yourself, that's fine. That is okay. But you have to love the parts that you don't like. Even if you get on your own fucking nerves, even if you can't stand yourself sometimes, you gotta love those times, because it's normal. Ain't nothing wrong with any of that shit. We all feel some type of way about ourselves at some point. Sometimes it's all good. You know how many times I can easily look at somebody like, damn, they got this and they got that. And I can look at myself like, damn, I don't got those things, this, that, and third. Or I can look at myself like, it's cool they got those type of things, they must be lucky. But you never know. That could be a curse for them. Not only that, is like you put more pressure on yourself to be something that you're not, to be perfect. You don't got to do those things. If you got a flat ass and you want to have a big ass, either work on it. If you feel like you feel like you like fuck all working on it, because it doesn't matter if you do or not, then don't work on it. I love my damn near flat ass. I'm good. I'm not even going to try to fat ass another person. I'm not doing that shit, because it doesn't matter. You know how many people who got good bodies, good this, good that, still get treated like trash, still get cheated on, still get abused. It's like, what's the fucking point? I'd rather just love myself and work on whatever I have, even if that means just being, even that means just being healthy. You don't gotta get all buff and tough, and you gotta do all the extracurricular shit. Just be healthy. Some people know they gotta go all out. They gotta look just like the next chick. They gotta look just like the next dude. They gotta have muscles just like him. They gotta be into calisthenics just like her, just like him. It's like, you don't gotta do any of that shit if you don't want to do it. Like, but you can do it if you're doing it for the right reasons. Are you doing it to appease somebody, or are you doing it because you want it for yourself? Like, why are you really doing certain things? And that'll take a lot of shit out of the main stressors of your fucking life. If you're doing shit for other people, your ass is going to immediately not feel good as soon as somebody like, oh, they downplay it. You're going to be like, damn, then I need to up the ante. No, you don't, because you don't even want to do it in the first place. What are you talking about? Like, it's that simple. It's hard for me to sit here and compete with somebody else, because that's whole nother person. What am I competing for? That shit don't make any sense to me. So that's the reason why it took me a long time. Like, bro, this whole life lessons and blah, all this shit took me so long to get to where I'm at. Cause where I used to be, I would say like damn near 15 plus years ago, I don't even know if I would recognize my fucking self, because it was so bad. It was all about other people and how they seen me, instead of how I see myself around other people or whatever. Like, I wasn't completely trying to be, well, I will say, when you get your 20s, you might not care as much until you get to like your late 20s, like close, like 25. That's when you start kind of like thinking about certain things and looking at other people's lives and yours. When you're in your early 20s and shit, it's not really like that. But when you're in high school, it's like that. So you see how it goes on and off. Like, when you were in high school, it's like that. But when you get out, you're like, yeah, I'm doing my damn thing. I'm out here, being young, partying and shit, being in my own element, getting to know myself. So I'm dressing like this, I'm doing that. You're doing it for yourself. But then when you get to a certain age, you go back to like wondering about like clicks and who likes you, and if you look good enough and all this other shit. And then that kind of goes away, and then it comes back, and like it comes and goes. I would say every 5 years is kind of like that, where people face themselves or face like their insecurities and their fears and shit. And I understand it completely, but I had to literally dead a lot of that negative, that even though it gets to me sometimes, because I have my issues and shit too. I be sitting here, I have my times that I'm just like, damn, I might be feeling unworthy, and I gotta snap myself out of it. Like, no, bitch, you definitely done a lot of good things. Like, don't downplay your shit, because there's a lot of people who downplay their shit to where they feel like, oh well, one person made me feel like I wasn't good enough, so I must just be trash. Like, one person though, how I had good relationships, and I had some relationships that just probably shouldn't have been relationships, to be completely honest. However, it's never been a point to where I'm like, oh yeah, that person was horrible to me. Like, nah, I barely had bad relationships, to be completely honest. I had ones that probably shouldn't have been relationships, but I had like real honest, like really good relationships I've had. And I won't say that we left off on bad notes, but we left off neutral, to where it was like, all right, cool. You go your way, I go mine. Like, they know that they weren't the problem, and not necessarily that I was the problem. It was more so like it just wasn't working, and that's just what it is. Like, it was never like, oh yeah, fuck that person, they was this. I mean, I know everybody got their own shit, of course, but I never really had a moment of like, yeah, fuck that person, they trash, they're this, that, and the third, because I can recognize when somebody really tries and when somebody really cares, and I can recognize when somebody does not. And the ones that really did not were the ones I'm just like, yeah, that probably shouldn't have been a thing in the first place. But the ones that did, I don't have a bad thing to say about any of those fucking people whatsoever, because they didn't do anything to me. It's like, when you got your own shit going on and you just happen to meet somebody and some shit, y'all just happen to be a thing or whatever, and life happens, shit happens. You might have had your own problems before you even met them. Maybe you never got a chance to even like dead those shit. Maybe you didn't even know you had those problems until things came up, and then boom, there's the problem. You like, oh shit. It's so many fucking different things you can go through. So many levels, so many different things you can go through, and you can't blame everything on a person, because it takes two. That person probably didn't know they had those issues either until they met your ass, or whatever the case may be. So it's not like, you going around and feeling like you wish you was somebody else because they get something and you don't. That shit. Sometimes it's just that person isn't for you. They're not meant to, they're not meant to really experience the good things you may have to bring to them. I know there's a lot of females who would love to be in something where they can give to somebody without that person taking advantage, or without that person getting all ego driven, or without that person feeling like, oh well, she's already given me this, that, and the third, so I feel like I shouldn't have to do anything. That happens a shit ton. I don't know I don't know what's going on. I feel like it's in the air. I don't know what the fuck people breathe in, but it's like it wasn't always like that. it was plenty of times where, you know, back in the day, people were most times were about their word. You know, you had relationships and shit would last a good while, and then y'all, you know, either go your separate ways for whatever reason. Now it's just like motherfuckers are just tripping. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. It's like, why is it got to be all this extracurricular shit? We already got problems going on. We already got issues. Either it's personal, environmental, whatever, you know? Why add more shit to it? Why? What's with the mind games and the abuse, the verbal abuse, the mental abuse, the spiritual, maybe not abuse, but what's with all the extracurricular added into something where there's already enough shit going on? I don't get that part. It's like people, they just don't know when to turn off the fucking switch. I literally had to have a moment where I realized that if I don't fucking detach, if I don't put boundaries up, I can get hurt, because I know how deep I am. I know my heart. I know how hard I can go for a person, and how, you know, how much love I can give. And I also know that same fucking thing can hurt me if I allow it. Because what I mean by that is, like, I could easily put so much into something and lose myself. That's why I had to teach myself how to know when to detach, because if I don't, I end up on some emo shit. I've been down to the bottom of the barrel when it comes down to feelings and love and shit already. Crying in the motherfucking corner, trying to figure out what the fuck's wrong with me, all that shit. So it's like, I had to teach myself these things. Some people are lucky enough to already have this still inside of them. Some people are lucky enough to have their parents, their mom or their dad or whomever to teach these. That I never had that shit. Not saying I'm not trying to, I don't need no motherfucking, like, oh my God. No, because that's not, it's not no cool thing. It's not like, oh yeah, you're so jaded and it's cool. I don't know. I ain't, first of all, I ain't jaded because I don't have a bad thing to say about nobody. I do have my moments where it could be like, man, fuck it. Like, it's whatever. But I do have times where I'm just like, I understand why shit happens how it happened. And I get why people may be mad at me and don't like me. I understand those things. However, I had my father, I had my mom, but they were so busy doing their own shit and trying to keep their head above water in life when it came to like bills and making sure a roof was on. You know, they didn't really sit down and talk to me about certain things. Well, not really, but I had to experience this shit on my own. So I know that sounds so fucking weird, me doing that shit, but it didn't get cleared up soon. It's like, there's nothing else I can do about it. But my nose is raw as fuck from blowing it. Anyways. But yeah, so it's like, I understand these things. So I know how it feels for somebody to think that. Because I thought about that too before. You know, she might have been thinking like, oh yeah, well, you know, he proposed to his ex, but he didn't propose to me, but we got 2 kids and all this other shit. And I know she feels some type of way. And I know she knows the truth is. Truth fucking hurts. It can, but she knows all. She's not the type of, she's a fucking Aquarius, like, first and foremost. So that type of shit is just like, yeah, they can be hurt, but they don't show that shit, you know. They're tough most times. So it's shit like that. But I couldn't relate to it. I wasn't saying anything, but I was just listening. I'm like, I could actually relate to her, because it's like, yeah, I thought about that too. You know, I know people who had exes they would do all these things for, and I'm sitting here, I can get the bare minimum out of certain people. And of course, a lot of the times it's because I was already being too available and open and giving. It is not because I'm desperate. That's just who I am. That's who I am. Naturally, I love, like, that's just how I am. I can't help that shit. But when you're a person who are like that, you gotta know how to stop that shit early, possibly pull that shit all the way the fuck back, because people can see those things and they're like, oh shit, this person, they'll do this, that, and the third. They'll definitely, like, you know, and they will fucking abuse that. They can definitely overstep boundaries. They can definitely try you multiple times. They can definitely take from you and not even give, because they sit here like, oh, you'll always give to me, so why should I even have to fucking, like, do anything? And then whenever you do switch it up, they're the ones with the fucking attitude. It's like, is that crazy? It's like taking candy from a baby, give them all these sweets. They're so used to them, even with pets, you give them all these treats and sweets and shit. They're so used to, yeah, you don't give them any, they like, it's like they flip. It's like taking a iPad from a kid these days. It's the same shit. So I understand exactly how she felt. Of course, I didn't say anything because it wasn't really my place, but I understand exactly how she felt. And you got to think that some people were in a certain mindset and in space that at that time they might have been doing for that person. And then on top of that, you also got to remember, people will it's all about how much a person likes you and how much they actually want to like they care. I'm not gonna say care about you because people can care, but not, but it's all about how much who or somebody sees you at and how much they like you if they're going to do those things for you. And then you got people who got, they may have issues with things, trust issues now, that person did this, that, and the third. If they never healed from that, they can get in another situation and they're like, no, I will not give this, I'm not giving to this person because I remember when I did this and that for somebody else, they still left me. It's like, you have to realize that people got their own shit and that's the reason why they act how they act. But what you can do for yourself is love yourself, take care of yourself, treat yourself. 2026. If you already know, you know what I'm talking about. You got to learn how to set boundaries. Shit's not easy always, because when you genuinely love someone and genuinely love or whatever the case may be, it's way too easy to get caught up. It's way too easy to overgive and not even realize it. It's times where I had to step back after the fact, like, damn, I really was like overgiving. It says some people, they feel like, oh, that's desperation. Not all the time. Some people are just like that. However, if you are a person that gives and somebody's not used to shit like that, it's gonna be like a kid who don't have to do anything because they get everything handed to them. When you take that shit away, I was even like that, especially when you fucking spoiled. Take that shit away, they have a whole attitude. They're like, how dare you take away something that you was giving to me for free or whatever. It's definitely a thing. It's definitely a thing. So you have to be careful because some people will take advantage. They can't take advantage. And if you put them in their place and they have a problem with that, or if you switch it up and they got a problem with that and they, instead of talking to you about it, they act differently or they want to treat you differently, that's when you know that it's time to fucking go. If it's not that, it's more so of like, do you kind of know who you are? It shows more so you than other people, because it shows that you're actually being a mature person by not allowing someone to constantly play you, use you, do this, do that. And if they got a problem with that, and instead of using their words or instead of whatever the case may be, they act a different way. It's more so like a maturity thing. Like, somebody may not be emotionally mature enough. Some people may not be just like mature enough, period. They don't know how to communicate what's going on or what's up. And sometimes it's hard, even for myself. It takes me a minute to actually like talk to someone about maybe what's bothering me. And you got to be careful even about that, because some people will use it against you. It's so wild. In relationships, I'm not saying they never used to be like that, because I don't know. Everybody's different, but I don't remember my relationships being so fucking complicated, being like so, like, why do people play so fucking much? Like, I love games, my damn self. I love doing, However, when it's come to something serious, like matters of the fucking heart, I don't play around. And if I feel like I can't be vulnerable, or I can't be, real with somebody without it turning it around on me, then something has to give. something got to happen. Either I have to like reevaluate the situation and the person, or whatever. And I've been on all sides of the aspect. I had somebody call me a selfish bitch, even though in the beginning of some shit, I was doing all the fucking giving. Not entirely. It was more so like, I let somebody stay with me. I let someone, they didn't have to pay much. They didn't have to pay for anything as long as they paid for groceries. This was a long time ago. We fell off on neutral terms. It wasn't, no hard feelings. I just wasn't in the, like, after a while, I wasn't in the same headspace to even deal with the relationship anymore. But so I called it off. This was a long time ago. And in that situation, like, I was really giving. I was, even after getting off work, 12-hour shifts overnight, I'm getting, this was like back when I was doing DSP work. On top of that, like, I was already dealing with a bunch of unstable people because they had like disabilities, like mental health issues and all kinds of shit. And I'm coming home and I'm also cooking and cleaning and shit like that. You sitting up and not doing shit. That right there, like, and then fast forward, so now you have your own shit. I'm staying with you, and now that I don't want to do things for you, I'm the selfish bitch. That shit was funny to me. I had to laugh at that. But you know how some people, that's like a trigger for some people. Now, some people, like, they want to argue and they want to fight and shit because of that. I'm sitting here like, I had to laugh at it because I'm like, you know what? You right. I was being selfish as shit because it wasn't nothing to do with him entirely. I just was like, I was over it. Like, I just wasn't happy with my own self. So it had nothing to do with him. However, it was right. It was true. Like, yeah, I was being a selfish bitch, but I had also thought about, like, it's crazy because when I was doing all this selfless shit in the beginning, when I had it, nobody said anything. I didn't sit here and call him selfish. So it was crazy when you hear shit like that. I mean, he apologized and all this other stuff, but still, but that wasn't a trigger for me because I'm like, yeah, you damn sure right. I was definitely being selfish. But I found it, the only reason why I laughed because I found it funny that it was like in the beginning when I was doing all these things, these selfless things, you didn't even notice it. You didn't realize any of those things. So yeah, people will definitely, yeah. So you really have to be careful. I let people put me down plenty of times, and sometimes I didn't even, like, it was like whatever, but it was times when it really hit me because I'm just like, damn. And it can really hit your self-worth and shit because it can make you feel like, am I really that damn trash? Like, and then you have to really think about it. Then you start, after a while, you can look back on the situation and be like, damn, that person was really actually not that great of a person. They was really mean or whatever the case may be. And you may not even really realize it, and then that's when you start realizing that, damn, it's not all my fault then, because it usually isn't. It's a two-way street. And some people don't see their own faults. They don't see anything they do. They don't, it's all your fault. It is all about what you do, what you did to them or so they can't, some people don't take any type of accountability for shit. They want to put it all on you because they don't want to feel like they're less than, even though it's not really about being less than. It's just about being, taking accountability, standing up for any wrongdoings of it, either part, your part or somebody else. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's like that. And, like I said, with her whole situation, I felt that, it can make you feel like, what does somebody have that I don't, of a reason why somebody will do all these things for somebody else, but when it comes to me, they won't do those things for me. Who knows? Some people just don't really like a person. Some people, it's like they're not really, you're actually a placeholder, or maybe you're not really who they want. It's not to make you feel any type of fucking way at all. Just because you're not what somebody wants don't mean that other people don't fucking want you. It just means that they got a type or whatever, and you're just not really it. Like, you're not it, and that's okay. I had times as well that I might have felt like, oh well, what is this? What does this mean? What does that mean? And I'm okay with it now. Like, I don't have an issue if somebody wants to go towards someone else because they feel like, oh, this person is great for me. They got this, they got that. They have the body that I like. They got, all these different things. That makes sense. It's a whole other person. If that's what somebody wants, I would rather you go and do that and be happy. Don't try to force yourself to be happy in a situation where you're really not. is simple as that. I'm not going to hold nobody back from true love or real love or what they really want ever. Ever. I've had my times where I might have felt like, no, I need to get this person back because, so let me do this, that, and the third, and let me look like this, and blah, blah. Like, hell no. That shit was, the feeling was miserable, first of all, because I wasn't being myself. So, I don't do those things. That's like the 20s me. I'm not 20 anymore. That was years ago. I am not that person anymore because I cannot be. That shit is exhausting. Trying to keep up and compete and shit to look like somebody that you feel like somebody would like so they like you. Fuck all that. Hell no. Absolutely fucking not. So you gotta definitely have discernment when you out here dealing with people, even the aftermath, because it doesn't mean that you're trash or you're not worthy of love or whatever the case may be. Sometimes shit just not for you for whatever reason, it don't mean anything's wrong with you. Even if somebody says there's something wrong with you, that doesn't mean shit. You'll figure it out after you deal with yourself. if you're really the problem, or if you have a problem that you haven't dealt with. But whatever. Again, I digress. But we all been there, I would think we all have. And hopefully some of you guys don't beat yourself up or don't feel like you're not good enough because somebody doesn't want to give to you like they would give to somebody else, or a person of their past, or if they're with somebody new and they're giving them everything they didn't give you. Whatever. We all been there. I mean, I can't say we all been there, but that doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. That's all. It just means that some people, I mean, that is a sad truth though. If somebody is like, if you're somebody and somebody really wants, they will do those things. And if they don't really want you, they won't do it, because people will move mountains. I've been there. I already know. I had people get their own places. I had people, do a whole shindig just to fucking like keep me. Not really keep me, but show me like, I told them not to do it for me, but they're like, I'm doing this for you. They said that, but it's like, I'm doing this because I want you to be there with me. I want you, whatever. And I didn't take it any type of way. I told them, like, I want you to do this for you because you should be getting out of your parents' house. You should, like, I've done those things already before, if I'm gonna date a man, I want to date a man. Somebody who's going to take control, not allow other people to control their life, actually make moves, actually want to, like, step up, put in effort, be that person. But you can't make somebody be those things, so you have to find someone, if you want to find someone, or if you're looking for someone or whatever, that's going to do those two, that's going to set those intentions, do those things, and want to do those things. You don't want to force somebody to do those things if they don't want to do it, because if you're not what somebody really wants, they're not going to do it. That's just what it is. I had to come to those conclusions and shit when it comes to different people, because that's just how you have to be. You got to take off the rose-colored glasses. You have to take off the rose-colored glasses for shit like this, to understand why things are how they are, or else you'll be sitting here wondering if you're worthy, if it's you, if it's your fault, all these fucking things that can really ruin your self-esteem and shit. You gotta cut it. It can mean anything, but it doesn't mean that you're not worthy of love, or worthy of that job, worthy of your family or something, or whatever people do. So some of you guys may have someone that's envious of you. They can be watching you or whatever. They can be doing candle magic. Maybe they're trying to fuck up your finances, because I got green here. And usually green is for money. Like, I think green candles for money. It's maybe for something else too. Somebody can also be like in your business or nosy, but they want to offer you something. So I don't know what that's about. Some of you guys could be wrapping something up. You're leaving something behind. You're bouncing back, or you're leaving a situation or a person, and this could be making them feel hopeless. Some of you guys, you're exhausted with a person or dealing with a certain situation. You feel burdened, empty, or burned out. Um, not bad. Some of you guys, you've been procrastinating on this too long, or you've been delaying it too long. It's time to leave. They may be envious. Why? I don't know. Uh, they may not be connected to themselves. So how can they connect to you? Some of you guys, you may be dealing with somebody who is like overly dramatic, even melodramatic. They do too much, or they may even like be grandiose, but they're crying and shit. So you feel some type of way or whatever. You can be dealing with like a real dramatic type of person. Could be a Cancer, could be a Leo, don't have to be. You can also be dealing with somebody who love bombed and gaslit you. They showered you with attention, or made it feel like you were the only person in the world, but really it was hidden intentions and manipulation to get things from you. Yeah, gas. There's a lot of gassed up shit going on here. Like over the top compliments, shit that you knew that this person didn't really feel about you and shit like that. They could have called you cute, beautiful, whatever the fucking case may be. I'm not saying that you aren't. That doesn't mean that you aren't, just because that's not what I mean. It's more so of like, you're like, okay, like I know I'm not like this or like that, but now you're just kind of like doing extracurricular shit. Why? It doesn't matter. Some of you guys could have been dealing with somebody who's possibly a little rude, disrespectful, maybe even belittled you. It could have really put you down. Like for real. Some of you guys definitely got somebody that's nosy. I don't know why, like really nosy. This could be something to do with a new job. Some of you guys may have a cat, or you're thinking about getting a cat. Somebody may be like 6 foot something, 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot. You could be dealing with a Libra. You don't have to be, but somebody definitely wants you back. I don't know what the fake single is. I don't know if somebody's acting like they're okay being single, but they're not. They really want you back or some shit like that. But anyways, some of you guys, if it's something that you've been waiting for, the wait is over. If you've been feeling unloved, you got a soul tribe that's waiting to love you. They may also want to take you out. Some of you guys could be spiritualists yourself. You don't have to be. But some of you guys are trying to search for the meaning of life, maybe even renew your life. This could be an early stages of something, renewing something. This could be vows for somebody as well. Some of you guys, you may feel like you're trapped in a situation that you want to cut ties from, free yourself from. You want to move on from, or move on. You want to move on from someone. Some of you guys are trying to move on from someone, but you got to do it in a sneaky type of way because you may not trust somebody. You can be dealing with Scorpio. You don't have to be. Some of you guys can be, you may stop doing something online, heavy on the TikTok, but you may definitely be cutting out certain social media or whatever. It could be because, yeah, you could definitely be like disconnected from social media. Some of you guys, you could definitely be, you're unbothered by people who are bothered by you. So if you're like, if your light is irritating other people's demons, you don't give a fuck. It's like, that's your problem, not mine. Some of you guys, you have somebody who might have rejected you that really want to apologize. You could have dodged a bullet when it came to a person. Yeah. It could be the same person that rejected you. Okay, so rejection is protection in this situation. That's for somebody. Some of you guys need to get away. Maybe you need to have a little mini vacation or time alone. You could definitely be dealing with some type of extreme fear or hatred. This could be something to do with racism. You or somebody else. Some of you guys don't want to hear about another person, about what they got going on and what they're doing. Somebody could also be spreading like gossip or some shit like that. You don't want to hear about it. This could be about you, or this could be about somebody that you used to know, but this could also be about somebody that's famous, or you can be famous. I don't know. Some of you guys are unsure about a pregnancy, or if somebody is pregnant, somebody is definitely surprised or shocked, like caught off guard about a pregnancy. Somebody, in order for the truth from coming out, somebody's just not saying anything. They're staying silent or giving you the silent treatment. They don't want you to know about something, or vice versa. You don't want somebody to know about something. Somebody can also be dealing with like mental health issues. Heavy schizophrenia is definitely here. or somebody, you may feel like somebody's like they're seeking attention, or somebody could be saying that they're schizo, but they're really not, just to get attention, or they could be saying, oh, their mental health, blah 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 blah, it's for attention. I feel like somebody does this shit for the thrill of it. Somebody does a lot of shit for the thrill of it. Somebody's definitely a attention whore. I don't know. Somebody can dress like really, I don't want to say provocative. It gets the people going. Nobody knows what it means, but it's provocative. What was that from? No, it's not. Is it Click? I don't think it's Click. No, it's the other one. It was with like Kanye, 2 Chainz. I forgot. It was a song from like a while ago, of course. So let's see. We got Virgo. I forgot what Kanye is. I think he's a Gemini. I forgot what he is. Kanye. It was like 2 Chainz. I think it was A$AP Rocky. I don't know for sure. I forgot. It was like a good bit of people in that song. I'm getting like 2 Chainz line a good bit. So he's a Virgo. So yeah, somebody can definitely be tall, but I was getting something with him. His line mostly. Coupe the color of mayonnaise. Somebody can have like a white car or off-white or cream car or something like that. That's not for everybody. That's random. Yeah, Earth side towards Virgo Capricorn. Anyways, there's a dirty offer here. Yeah, coupe. Somebody could have a coupe. Somebody can be drunk and high at the same time, drinking champagne on an airplane. Okay, well, whatever. Okay, so yeah. So some of you guys, you could be caught in the middle of millennials and zennials. I forgot who those are, but you might feel like it's hard to fit in. I don't know, maybe because you're just like in the middle of something, you just feel like it's hard to fit in. You don't fit in with these people, you don't fit in with these people. So it's like you don't fit in with your own age, and you also don't fit in with people who is younger. So you don't know what the fuck, where you fit in at. But anyway, there's a dirty offer here. Somebody wants to pick up where you left off. I don't think that's a good idea. It could be an earth sign, because something's not adding up. And they could be dealing with childhood trauma anyways. It could also be y'all don't want the same things, so I don't know why somebody don't understand that. But this could be a crush. Somebody could also be a coward. Somebody could also be observing a love interest or keeping tabs on a love interest. This could be you or someone else. Somebody staying connected. That's that same car. That is a Porsche, right? It gotta be. Anyways, but yeah, somebody could be stalking someone here for sure. I've been already picking up on this heavy. Somebody is not, they don't have the money that they look like they have, whatever that means. I feel like somebody could be creating an image of like upper class, but they're not, upper class. They don't really have it, or they're, they could be using a masculine person to buy all this shit or something like that. So somebody's lifestyle is getting funded, and they making everybody, it's to make other people think that they have this themselves, or they got this themselves, or whatever. I don't care. Some of you guys, you could be brushing off something. This could be a divorce, a separation. Somebody could have ghosted you. Is all for control. They were trying to dominate you or control you. It's all manipulation. But they want to come back or reunite, or this is you, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Or you're finally, this could be a twin flame thing. Like, so finally somebody's back together. You could be back together with somebody, but it doesn't matter. You could definitely put somebody in their place. There's a fake apology. I don't know what that's about, but we got knocked up here too. So I don't know if somebody's like, oh, I'm sorry for knocking you up. It's 2 people. That's a 2 people problem. That's not just one person. But somebody could be like, oh yeah, I'm sorry for knocking you up, but they're not really sorry. Whatever that's about. Somebody definitely has a sneaky link, but this is not about to stay on the low for too long. Somebody needs to say it out in the open, or somebody needs to stop. If this is like a situationship, somebody needs to either bring this shit out to other people, like this is my person or whatever, or if this is a side piece situation, somebody is gonna get found out. So maybe you're letting somebody know, or somebody's letting someone know that I'm in this person's life. Somebody really is trying to keep something at bay, like they don't want somebody or some people to know that they're together, or that whatever, stupid shit. I can't stand that. Like, people are annoying. Like, I swear, I promise I cannot stand people. I don't know what the fuck got, like, I don't know what's wrong with people these days. Like, they're just so, I feel like it's more so like a, instant gratification type of thing. You got people who say they don't like instant gratification, but they really do. It's the same people who will watch porn. It's the same people who would rather deal with people who are easier because it's easier instead of dealing with people or in a situation that is tough because it requires growth. It requires for somebody to fucking like nut up or shut up. Anyways, but there is a situationship here for someone that needs to be aired out, or somebody needs to, if somebody has a side piece, somebody's about to fucking tell it all, bro. I don't know, and I just don't care. You do got somebody who's trying to be like you, but they cannot do it like you, whatever that is. They're either reckless, or this could also be having to do with money. This could be a male thing. So if you're a masculine, you may have another masculine or another man that's trying to be like you, or trying to like ball out of control like you or whatever. They can't do it. It's like it's like you're Michelin star and somebody is more so Church's Chicken, which no offense to Church's Chicken, but that's not Michelin star food. So it's the same shit. It's like if you're trying to live, if you live a certain lifestyle and somebody else is trying to copy that lifestyle, if they don't have the funds, if they don't have it like that, they're going broke as fuck doing so. I don't know who that's for, but whatever. And it don't even look the same, or it's not the same, or they can't pull it. They can't pull it the same out of it, whatever that's about. For somebody, this is like a sibling thing. But yeah, somebody's definitely a gambler. They're definitely gambling all their money away for sure. However, I don't know. But yeah, somebody is torn between two. Somebody also has some mental health issues or whatever. I think we already discussed that. But somebody sees a situation or a relationship for long term, but somebody else is like uncertain. They're like, I don't know, or somebody's uncertain and they don't know if they see something for a long term or not, because it could be the situation, the fact that somebody is like, they got addictions and they're broke. Okay, whatever. Anyway, it's been real, Cap. I don't know who this is for. This is how you feel. Just because somebody feels like this when it comes to you, or that doesn't mean that's what it is. Doesn't, like, if they don't really know you and they just making shit up, then that's just what it is. So if somebody feels like, oh yeah, Capricorn is just this, that, and third, and they don't really know for sure, then you don't gotta sit here and be like trying to show them, prove them wrong. Fuck all that. Why you need to prove anything? Just let them think what they're gonna fucking think. So if somebody believes that you're this and you're that, let them fucking believe it, I guess. I had plenty of times. I had a gamer tag on Xbox way back in the day. I'm talking about a long ass time ago, and it was I made the gamer tag off of Method Man, and it was called Ayo Meth, and then I had another one that was like Ayo Methamphetamine. That was like my second gamer tag. It was like a whole other account. And I had people that literally thought that I was on meth, because I didn't trash talk, but I was definitely I talked a lot of shit, and it wasn't like just randomly. It was usually if somebody started with me, I would fucking finish the shit. I'm not like that now. I really don't give a fuck. But back then, I definitely had a mouth on me, and people automatically assumed that, like, I had a tipper, so people automatically assumed that I was like on meth or something, and I'm like, no, it's nothing to do with methamphetamine. Like, I had a thing like I was always afraid of people who did meth, because back where I went to school, it was a lot of people who was doing that before they even graduated, if they even graduated. So it didn't really bother me whatsoever. It was just scary to see that people that I actually went to school with was smoking meth and shit. It's like, really? That shit sucks. But people they didn't have much of anything else to do but to get in trouble and drink and smoke and just do things, because there was nothing else to do where we were at. It was a bowling alley. I was in a small area, which I don't really care. I wasn't born there, but I grew up there. And it was like a bowling alley. it was like one club that it was like not for kids or not for youth. We had one boys and girls club that was trash. That all they did was money launder. And I knew the people too. It was part of my connected family. Not really my family, but it was like my marriage. So I knew for a fact that they was definitely using money to fund their lifestyle and make sure they was living good and eating good and shit. It was a mess. They had everything, but new cars and all kinds of shit. But really, it was coming from it was coming from the fucking Boys and Girls Club that was there, and they was like that they were the owners of or whatever. It was a crock of shit. But anyways, it was like those mega churches and shit. Not all of them, but you know, the people who be trying to they be trying to take your money to better their lifestyle, but then the fucking church is like, it's all like scams and schemes and shit. But anyways, yeah, they didn't have, people had nothing else to do there but to talk shit about each other, get into fights, smoke meth or drink or smoke bud or which that was the only thing that I ever done. So I did do my drinking every once in a while, but it was mostly, that's what most people do, especially when you're a teenager and shit. Like, that's just something that a lot of us just got into. I mean, come on, especially if you from a certain area, you're black, okay? Most of us, if we wasn't inside playing video games, we was outside doing hood rat shit with our friends, or we was running streets, just doing shit, just, you know, stealing, whatever, just all kinds of shit. Like, I've been there. I'm not, I ain't nowhere near fucking perfect with the shit. But that's just that's the shit that we did, you know. But one thing I didn't do was go off the rail and start, you know, snorting cocaine. No offense, because I had friends that were doing it that I was just like surprised by. But I wasn't going off snorting cocaine and shooting up meth. That's something that I was just like, nah, I'm good on all that. I'm good with just the bud. The hardest thing I ever did was Xanax. That was like, I had a period of that shit. Never again. That shit was, nah. You don't want to get addicted to shit like that. I promise you. Not benzos. No. Because that shit is like something serious for sure. Love the feeling. However, you can get addicted to that shit bad quick because you love the feeling. So I had to cut that shit out. And I did. Thanks to my best friend, but I still wouldn't have done it because it just wasn't something that it wasn't a good habit. But it was fun to do on the weekends, and I had fun doing it, and then I stopped before I got into the point to where I'm getting fucking like bars and shit. We talking about Zanny bars. You got different ones. You got footballs, you got bars, you got the yellow ones, the white ones, the blue ones. So I already know about all that shit. And had my fun times, you know what I mean? And it wasn't on school days either. I'm sorry, I'm getting all these cards together too, so y'all won't be, I don't know, I'm just doing it. But yeah, I mean, that's what we do. I remember having all our friends, me, my best friend, one of her friends that I didn't fuck with because I didn't like her, but we were all cool, you know. We had the dudes come over, you know, we had our nights where, you know, dudes come over and we just chilling and shit like that. They breaking into motherfucking stores and shit, getting cigarettes. Like, I've been through like all that shit. I miss it kind of because it was like we didn't give a fuck, but it was like that was the days the shit was just, you know, we could do stuff like that. It's different now. Like, you wouldn't catch me with no motherfucking Zanny. You wouldn't catch me like smoking no fucking cigarette ever. I'm good on all that shit. But you know, it was fun though. It was all fun. It was all fun. Fun and games. But when you get 30 something, that shit is not no fun and games. You don't want to be out here bankrupt, no bills past due, you know, you fucking you're addicted to Xanax and shit. Like, you don't want to be doing that in your 30s. So I mean, I know sometimes people, you know, shit be happening and, you know, you just, you know, you're in a tight spot or whatever, or, you know, you just get addicted to something because you happen to kick it with some people and then, you know, partying a little bit too hard or something. So it's understandable, but if you can help it, try not to get addicted and down bad in your 30s if you're not already in your 30s or past it. If you're in your 20s, please do your best to be a decent person. You ain't gotta be perfect, but at least be fucking like decent. Cause we don't have enough of that shit. We got too much. Yeah, we got too much of this shit just out here, just snatching souls. For real, we got enough of that. All right, I'm about to get up off of here, Cap. My bad. I didn't mean to be on here rambling and shit. Especially not when I'm all nasally, because it sounds horrible. But I had things I wanted to do, so I was like, let me do these signs real quick. I'm gonna do what's it? Tomorrow's Friday. I'm gonna do Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius tomorrow. I think. Yeah. And then I'm gonna do fire signs again. I guess. I don't know. I keep going back and forth in this shit. Like, I want to do it, then I don't want to do it. Sometimes tarot just be annoying, and I just don't be wanting to do the shit. It's like the energy be annoying, the people be annoying, like I be annoying. So it's. We can sit here and talk. If y'all got any questions or if y'all want to say anything, y'all can. If y'all want to talk or have any questions. Except for the people who are watching that are being weird as fuck. As soon as I call you out, you dip or whatever. But if you got any questions about a situation, you can talk. Because I want to get these cards kind of like together while I can. I'm not doing anything else, at least right now. I'm not. I got like a couple of hours before I gotta go. So I got time, cause it's so sad. I think I said this shit before. That dude, I think he got shot or killed or something, that kid. Today I got time, cuz. Yeah, I don't think he's alive anymore, that kid. Probably because he was running his mouth, but still, it's kind of sad. It's not kind of sad, it is sad. I'm not even kidding. That shit is like the type of shit that is just wild. Why is this here? Which one is this? I think it's this one. I'll keep that in there. Today I got time. All right, if nobody got something to say or anything to say, I'm about to dip out. I'm not about to stay here. Just be sitting here if I'm not saying anything to anybody. So it's been real. I'll see you guys on the flip. If you have any air sign placements, I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know. Whatever. To be honest, I kind of don't want to do anything until I clear this shit up because it's almost done. It's not fully there yet. But the shit is annoying because it's really fucking with my head. It's like that pressure is really fucking with me. So I may have to wait to come back and do this shit. Maybe like, I don't know. It'll probably have to be Saturday night, to be honest, because I'm busy all Sunday. Excuse me. I'm gonna start shuffling these and just going off of this shit because I feel like it's much more, it flows. I say this shit all the time. I always switch this shit up, bro. I just don't like, some things just not, I don't like it. And I'm just like, okay, let me just switch this shit up and see if it flows better. So I may do that. Yeah, I gotta go because I'm tired. Well, I'm not really tired, but it doesn't matter.